ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to Mark Anderson of American Free Press to talk about the passing of a great patriot and true journalist, Jim Tucker, who wrote for major newspapers across the country, was the editor of major daily newspapers in places like Washington, D.C., you name it, who found out in the 70s about the Bilderberg Group and for 25 years exposed it before they even admitted it existed. Took about a decade to find out its name. And then we'll get to Jerome and Aaron and others in a tiny bit of overdrive if they want to hold. But the last caller, if you just joined us, I've just sent the crew over to the other journalist offices where I have a poster of a photo my mother bought me in East Germany, what was formerly East Germany when she was in Germany visiting family that's in the military over there just a few years ago. And it's of a famous photo of an East German soldier. And a family had just gone through the barbed wire right after they put up the barbed wire and were starting to build a wall. And millions of Germans were trying to get over into West Germany and more freedom. And a little boy, because there's a series of photos, this is just one of them, got caught in the barbed wire. And so the East German soldier untangles him and helps him go with his family. That's a normal instinct. He was disappeared and reportedly tortured to death. He was never seen again. But decades later, the German military in East Germany stood down, and I've had some of those men that stood down who now live in America, stood down. And my family behind the scenes helped bring down in its small way East Germany. I won't get into all that. But there are a lot of patriots out there. My family working through a charity, Christian charity, helped in some ways. And this is just what you have to do to bring down communists or any other form of authoritarianism. Listen, if you don't fight for freedom, you're going to be a slave. It is just that simple. And David Knight found a more recent photo that he wants to talk about dealing with this. David Knight, reporter there at the InfoWars Command Center. Then we'll show the famous photo of the East German soldier that we have hanging on the wall. Here it is.
Alex, you're wrong about one thing. That East German soldier didn't just disappear. Nobody ever saw him again. Millions of people have seen that picture. And he did the right thing, even if nobody ever saw him do the right thing. He's looking around. One of the things that makes that such a great picture is he's looking around nervously at who's seeing him. Well, obviously they did see him. Obviously even the photographer saw him. But, that's the sort of thing, doing the right thing. And we've got a picture that, pull that back up on the screen. They just had that up there. Last May 19th, 2012, in Frankfurt, Germany, you've got a protest of 20,000 people protesting the European Central Bank. And what you see there in the front is the policemen taking their helmets off and escorting the protesters. And that's exactly what happened at the Berlin Wall as well. So we've got this situation of right at the height of the Nazi takeover. We got this soldier who's helping that child get through the barbed wire fence. You've got East German soldiers who decided at some point that they're not going to shoot on civilians who are trying to cross over the Berlin Wall. And now you've got just a year ago, West German police taking off their helmets, and instead of opposing the crowd, they're peacefully leading them. That's what you see happening in Germany. The problem in America is that far too many people believe that the type of tyranny that people have experienced in Germany, they believe falsely that can't happen.
That's right,
here.
Absolutely. And so we were able to show viewers that poster my mother gave me?
Yes, we had that up.
All right, good job, David Knight, with that information. We're going to go to Anderson here in just a moment. I have one more piece of news we're going to get to, but this is the heart of what we're talking about. I saw a newscast of a good-looking family, no criminal record, good-looking man, good-looking woman. They have their firstborn baby, little sweetie cake. She gets sick. I bet money when I get them on. I want to get this family on, Chris, the whole crew. Get them on. I bet money they took vaccines and the kid got real sick. But the point is, kid gets sick and they want to do surgery. They got them on antibiotics. She goes, well, you don't do antibiotics for the flu. They're hurting the baby. I mean, I almost got killed in the hospital the one time I had surgery. It was a nightmare. From the anesthesiology to a bunch of, I'm not going to get in the whole story. It was long, but I barely made it. And that's why I don't want to have surgery again. And a lot of friends have died. They're going for minor surgery. Flesh-eating bacteria kills them. So she takes the baby out, goes to another hospital. After the baby's out and fine, the cops come because they didn't want it, when it was sick. Cops come and say, well, they told us to take the baby, but we're not. You're obviously a good family. Next day they come, slam the dad up against the wall, take the baby. And the baby's gone, and it's on the news. Let us have our baby. Folks, there's no judge, no jury, no law. They just say you're neglectful. You don't take a vaccine. You don't whatever. Your kid breaks their arm on a trampoline, even at the neighbor's house with witnesses. Well, your kid shouldn't be on a trampoline. All the stuff that happened to us, we would have been taken from our parents. The state takes 1 million kids a year. It's a systematic attack of them harvesting us. And they're 7 times, used to be 5, 7 times more likely to abuse children. Justice Department own numbers in government care. This is the tyranny, the new slavery. And it hits me like I saw that story and watched that video, got a sick feeling yesterday, and then it was like being punched in the stomach, and it just makes me hate them so much because I hate innocents being abused. I mean, it's a normal instinct of a free human, man. If you don't have that instinct, there's something wrong with you. Now, we're going to Anderson of American Free Press. Very honored to have him. And then we'll just do this after he leaves us in overdrive, because I've got to get to this. Boston bombers during shootout. We didn't do it. That's coming up in your calls. And we've got the audio. We're going to clean it up for the nightly news. There's some things we can do to take out the background noise, but we're working on that. In fact, do we have that done yet? Because I know we had the earlier clip, but it's kind of muddy. Have we had time to get the clean clip? Maybe we'll have that by the time we go into overdrive. Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.